Hello and welcome to the Southeast Iowa Union News. Hello and welcome to the Southeast Iowa Union Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Today's top story is about Washington schools' curriculum. After statewide screening tests showed Washington students falling below state norms in math areas, district officials say they're changing the curriculum to better equip kids. Superintendent Willie Stone said at a school board meeting last week, there are areas like math or kindergarten through first grade went down, and then 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade went down. Curriculum changes will partner with evolving methods of instruction informed by professional development programs and teacher leadership data. This curriculum change for us is really important because we've done a good job with what our power standards need to be, and this curriculum action is what we think will be the best for our students. School board member Troy Sukin said he was skeptical about the state demands on local education. What I want to know is this curriculum change better than what we had? A curriculum change just because the state wants to see something different always seems to be a catch-22. If we change curriculum every time the state wants, we'll be doing this every year. District Curriculum Director Veta Thode said she had confidence in the state's requirements. It's more up-to-date, different approaches, it's more problem-solving, it addresses needs as students think differently. They did a lot of research, investigated a lot of different resources, talked with math specialists at the AEA, and worked with them. They were vetted through a lot of different things. Thode said the change was a familiar process, similar to steps the district has taken in the past to boost reading scores for the same screening tests. If you remember, all the buildings were really focused on reading for a long time because that was a state mandate. Now we're trying to get caught up to where we are with reading, with the math. Looking at the Washington County Fair, coming in at 12 feet, 6.5 inches, a stock grown by Dawson Zeiser won this year's tall corn contest at the Washington County Fair. You may not know this, but Washington County holds the record for the tallest corn stalk, Master of Ceremonies Mike Huston said. Last year was the record for the Washington County Fair. I think we're close to 16 feet. Huston said this year's entries were overall shorter than at the 2020 fair due to the effects of events elsewhere in the world. Corn actually grows taller with less sunlight, so last year we had reduced solar radiation, the corn plant stretched up and got very tall, he said. If you remember, there were a lot of smoky days from the wildfires out west that actually affects the crops here. It makes it grow taller, so while we've got a lot of really tall corn here, I'll be surprised if we beat the record from last year just based on the growing season that we've had. Dawson Zeiser, who won this year's contest, declined to share his family's secret to growing tall corn, but said it took lots and lots of water. He hopes to use the $100 prize money to buy AirPods. It is now time for obituaries. James Dewey Stevens of Washington passed away on July 15th at the age of 80. He is survived by his wife Margaret McKinstry, his daughters Leslie Nicole Duran, and Holly Stevens. 6 grandchildren and his sister Maureen Roberts. There will be a celebration of life on September 3rd at Jim and Peg's farm. The Jones and Eden Funeral Home is assisting with arrangements. David Olmask of Traer passed away on July 15th at the age of 70. He is survived by his 2 sons Andrew and Jacob Mask, 3 siblings Jerry Split Gerber, Bruce Mask, and Joel Mask, as well as 3 grandchildren and several nieces and nephews. Sandra Jean Rich of Washington passed away on Thursday, July 14th at the age of 84. She is survived by her husband Rob Rich, her sons Brett and Matt Rich, 8 grandchildren, 9 great-grandchildren, her 4 siblings Ron Matz, Jim Matz, Linda Rugeberg, and Mike Matz, as well as many nieces and nephews. Donald Bruce Crum of Marshalltown passed away back in 2018 at the age of 65. He is survived by his 2 sisters Sally Rayhard and Ruth Meth, his brother John Crum, 10 nieces and nephews, as well as several great-nieces and great-nephews. A graveside memorial service will be held at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, July 20th at Elm Grove Cemetery. Gary Keith Johnson of Ottumwa passed away on July 15th at the age of 78. He is survived by his wife Vicki, 2 sons Scott and Eric Johnson, 4 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild, as well as 2 sisters Judy Barnett and Patty Anderson. Funeral services will be held at 10 a.m. Wednesday, July 20th at Reese Funeral Home. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we will have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for the weather. It is currently 90 degrees, but feels like it is 96. It is mostly sunny now, with the rest of the clouds clearing off in the coming hours. Overnight temperatures will reach 71 and the skies will remain clear. The clear skies plan to stick around for the next couple of days. Tomorrow it will be sunny and 90 degrees. However, temperatures will fall down to 65 at night, providing us some relief from the heat. Thursday will be hot with temperatures reaching 95 degrees before the real feel is factored in, so I imagine real feel will reach triple digits. Overnight temperatures will drop back down to the mid to high 60s, again providing us some relief. Unfortunately, the sunshine will not be sticking around for the weekend. Friday there will be a high of 94 degrees along with scattered thunderstorms. Storms will continue overnight as temperatures only drop to 74. There's a chance of the occasional shower Saturday with temperatures getting back up to 94. The nighttime will see the thunderstorms make a return. The storms will continue into Sunday, although only a 35% chance, and temperatures will be back below 90 degrees with a high of 88. That is your weather, and it is now time for sports.
Sports. Brought to you by Fairway.
Last year's Class 1A baseball quarterfinals were tough to swallow for New London, but on Monday evening at Merchants Park, the Tigers showed everyone it's not last year anymore. New London fans who traveled 4 hours to see the Tigers play their state opener saw the Tigers pour on 12 runs against Cam and Nita team that had just 2 losses coming into the game. New London started fast and never let up in a 12-3 blowout. The win wiped a sour taste from the controversial 4-3 loss to Key in the 2021 quarterfinals and set a new bar for the Tiger baseball program in the process. Before Monday, New London had never won a game at the state baseball tournament. Last year's already happened, said New London senior Joshua Katala. Our mindset is a new day, a new blessing. We had the opportunity to come this year again, and we're just going to do the job. The Tigers drew first blood. Katala started the bottom of the first with a walk and came around to score on a throwing error when Cam starter Lane Spiker threw the ball into the outfield while trying to get out Tucker Geiber in a rundown. 1 inning later, the Tigers busted it open. New London loaded the bases with 2 outs. Cooper Schultz walked to make it 2-0, and then Derek Santiago sent an 0-2 pitch into left center, which cleared the bases and gave New London a 5-0 lead. In just 2 innings, Santiago had struck out 6 players on the mound and knocked in 3 RBIs at the plate. He would go on to finish with 8 strikeouts on the day. Cam scored 1 in the top of the 3rd, but New London got it right back when Carter Allen scored on a wild pitch. Spiker would only go 3 innings for the Cougars as the bullpen took over from the 4th inning on. New London continued to pour it on in the 4th. The Tigers used 3 walks, hit by pitch, and a botched infield fly by the Cougars to put up 3 more runs. After 4, it was 8-1. Cam was able to put up 2 runs in the top of the 5th, forcing New London to go to its bullpen, putting Katala in for Santiago. The Cougars had a glimmer of hope with the score down to 8-3, but New London just wouldn't let up. New London drew a ridiculous 10 walks, 3 of which came from Katala. The Tigers placed 3 runners on via hit by pitch, and Katala and Schulte each scored 3 runs in the win. Santiago picked up the win, giving up 3 earned runs on 6 hits and 3 walks over 4 and a third innings. Català didn't give up a run in 1 and 2/3 inning pitched, and Brendan Reggie threw a scoreless 6th. New London advanced on to Wednesday's semifinal against Newman Catholic. The Tigers will be the road team in the game, which begins at 7 p.m. I don't think we want to change anything, said Helmerson. I think we've just got to rely on good pitching, taking good at-bats, and doing what we do. That's the news for Washington in the area. Thank you for joining me on the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens, and I will see you next time.